Alright, it's overtime. Said I'd be back, and back I am, 31 minutes later. So, we've finished up with Europe for the time being, or at least this region of Europe. France has no way of colonising anymore. Hopefully they don't expand out within the little shell I've made them. We'll deal with Brittany once the truce is over. That's probably going to be quite a while. Truce with Papal State ends on 1596. So yeah, quite a while. Hopefully France has a similar truce with them. Oh, no, their truce with Brittany ends before mine. Let's hope they don't subjugate them before that. We will probably throw a warning on France, just to stop them from declaring war on people that we border. That won't prevent them fighting Navarre, but like I've said before, Navarre's chain of alliances should be strong enough to prevent the French menace from chewing into them. So we do have revolt worries, we have money worries, we have overextension problems. Rebels are wanting to uprise in the Turks Island, which is one of the worst places they possibly could. Ugh. Yeah, because if they rise up there, they're probably going to take it before I finish coring the province. We are drowning in military points though. And since it's pretty rare for it to actually... Wow, why is it so expensive? Is it because Picardy and Flandern are also wanting to rise up? If that's the case, then maybe I should reduce my war exhaustion a bit. Well, let's just hope we don't get a rising. So we're about to finish integrating Norway, and straight away I'm going to go for Sweden. I was contemplating going at the Livonian Order with a no casus belli attack, but the Livonian Order are only 46% to annex. So if they're a non-co-belligerent, that means they will be a staggering not 100%. And I'll be able to holy war Sweden, which makes taking land completely free. Sweden also have a lot of Novgorod cores, and Novgorod take religious quite early, and they have religious conversion in their national idea slot, so we'll be able to secure a lot of this land in this war, assuming all goes well. Yeah, opportunity is knocking, so we need to take brutal advantage of that. And thanks to our land, well, our ability to march all the way over here, we don't have to go back and forth between Italy, we can go between France and Scandinavia to deal with all that. So, although I was really hoping to cut back on my expenses, that's not an option right now. Let's get these folks over to Nice and prepare. Welcome to the family, Norway. I can't believe it's so expensive to quell these revolts. Even though their only possible uprising is in the Turk Islands. Mind you, that's probably preferential to having them actually rise up. Still, when our overextension goes down, they'll probably cease to be a threat overall. Well, we're going to spend it anyway, because let's face it, we're Western tech. We are drowning in these points. I'd love to increase my stability as well, but we can save that for once the overextension is gone. Dip rep -3, who cares? One thing we also want to get is an alliance with the Golden Horde. They seem really good at what they do, and I'm so impressed with them that I actually want an alliance, so we'll go with that. They will no doubt be wanting to dig into Muscovy, and they might even want to join in hamming into Sweden, which would be lovely. So right now we want to ship everything we can over to our new land here in Papal Norway. Hopefully none of this land really wants to rise up, and we get unrest, but we'll get rid of that once we religiously enrich the provinces. And I believe these are all of our troops except for the 8 stack there. Yeah, we should be fine. So we'll be streaming for about another hour. That'll take us to the time that I have to go to work. We're at our force limit. We're actually making a... What? Oh, that's just taking into account the money that I took in the peace deal. Nothing to get excited about there. Yeah, let's convert Orkney so we don't have any problems in Britain whatsoever. Jake, did LO Culture convert old Prussian lands so that you'll be able to release them? Exactly. And that is something I was really hoping they did. I got really lucky with regards to that. The Knights I wasn't so worried about because you can release them from Malta through to thanks to rebels, but Livonian order was always a concern. Teutonic order is not a concern because I highly doubt the Commonwealth are going to culturally enrich those lands. Now we need to strike whilst the Commonwealth are not willing to join in. I don't think they're going to be paying off a lot of that debt anytime soon, and there is a slightest problem with the Hansa having a really powerful navy, so we need to get our troops over there as quickly as we can. Conversions are flooding in. This is good, very good. Would be nice to get a bit of military access to stroll even further north, but what you gonna do? We're actually going to be a little short on transports for all of this. What we'll do then is separate this out so we can get... That's a 35 stack, so we'll pick up 5 of these fellows. Now hold on, I can do better than that. Let's try and manage this in a half-decent way, shall we? We'll pick up all 8 of you. Well, that still doesn't work out. There we go. Just trying to minimise the time it takes to get all my troops over here. It's funny because in War the Game there was quite a bit to do with how you move your armies around. A lot of efficiency in that regard helped you out in the game. Jake, does the HRE still exist? It does exist, and in a way it's good because it really really brings down our revolt risk thanks to Imperial integrity. If we ever lose that integrity, then the HRE will really need to cease to exist. There should be plenty of support limit in Kent. There is not. Well, over to London with you folks. Now the Commonwealth is friendly to Sweden, and they are hilariously in debt and having a lot of trouble with, yeah, Orthodox. Orthodox is problematic because they are -1 to conversion. But what are you going to do? We'll deal with them in due time. Get you folks over in Kent. And there we go, we've got our 40, so... What are your numbers? 38, so we'll stick 2 onto you. And that's enough to get on these boats and over to Papal Oslo. Supply limits here are not great, but they'll have to suffice. This is good. All these conversions are going to slow down the rate of us getting English nationalists. In fact, it seems they've gone away. Weren't they a problem previously? Well, not anymore. Someone's asking, are all the main colonizers dealt with? Yes. France is locked in, England is annexed, Portugal's annexed, Castile's locked in. Austria won't take expansion for quite a long time, so that's not a problem. What's faster, going to Kent or going to Norfolk? Just trying to shave down these days, but it's something that I can remember for later. Alright, Norfolk's considerably faster. Let's head up there. And just to be sure, declaring war on Sweden will still not bring in the Commonwealth. The hands are an issue, though. I need to be ready for them. Oh. One thing that I was wanting to do was get more galleys on the way. Some clever so-and-sos might say, Jake, why don't you build more heavy ships? You don't have any. They can really turn the naval battle. Well, just don't like heavies. Not when I'm not a naval-focused nation. And I most certainly am not a naval-focused nation. Jake, improve relations with Corsica and Tuscany. Yeah, that's another thing. My guys are free. And this is promising. He's got +3 stability. He'll be able to convert Pisa and Siena. But almost certainly not Firenze unless he gets an advisor. Good job, though. Bloody good job. That's your capital, and all your troops are standing there, so you almost certainly won't revolt either. And nice to see that you're converting it. That's all coming together. Are there any other vassals that I'll be looking to integrate before too long? I really like having Toulouse, and I can feed them a lot of France. But it couldn't hurt to have their relations with me a little higher. This isn't exactly El Dorado vassal rules, but we'll go with it. We'll get you over to Arkansas. Jake, how many boats do your vassals have? Probably not many. They got fairly destroyed during the previous wars. This is kind of handy. There's a lot of Swedes stuck over there. They are Swedes that we will not have to fight. Provided the Hansa don't ruin our day. So we want to be in the inland sea zones, and I'm tempted to get myself an admiral as well. No, we'll make do without. But I want to catch those Hanseatic boats in the inland sea. Then again, they could back up with those 9 heavies, and that would be terrifically bad for us. Still be a great opportunity to nab the entire Hanseatic trade fleet. 35 galleys in inland sea. They are... some of them are war galleys, some of them are not. But the AI has a habit of not paying their boats whilst at peace. Oh, even Jara won't get involved. It'll just be the Hansa. And the Golden Horde will join us, despite fighting in another war. Although, honestly, I don't think Theobroro are going to be giving them too much grief. Jake, when are you planning on integrating Galicia? I still want to feed them Toledo. But the thing about Galicia is they are so good at helping with European fights. And it's a lot of land that I would have to convert. Then again, we are a bit free for land to convert. Alright, let's gun them down. No point in making the Hansa a co-belligerent, because they have Magdeburg and Oldenburg. One guy that I do want on my side, however, is Hamburg. Just because I don't see them very often, their ideas are extremely good, and they take religious, so they could help me as one of my German converters. It's extremely expensive to take Hamburg, though. And thinking about it, isn't Lübeck a node that I want for myself? Well, that's a problem for the future. English Channel making us buckets of ducats. Could be making us more, but let's not be fussy. Just making sure everything is really in place for this battle. We may get scuppered on the navy. Because if the Hansa back themselves up with 9 heavies, I don't think we could stand up to that very well. And I also don't think that my flutes are going to help out much. Oh geez, we're actually low on strength here. Well, we'll just have to deal with it. When opportunity knocks, open the door. Be really funny to see them lose their alliance to the Commonwealth as well. And I don't think there's anything I need to do whilst at peace. Probably not. Jake, what is the song right now? It's called The Byzantine Empire. It's not a bad tune, really. I believe it's from Crusader Kings. Now, a lot of your problems are with Protestant zealots. I will probably back them so that we don't end up infighting. You certainly would not want to be called to arms to this, but it'll be good to have your alliance with Sweden broken. Dishonored. Honored. Honored. Now, the Livonian Order not joining in is, if anything, a good thing, because it means I can take Osel and Holy War the Livonian Order in my own time. They're only allied with Riga, so no problems there. Alright, here we go. Yeah, naval maintenance has really sunk their morale. And if it was only morale, I wouldn't have to worry too much, but 15-10, 13-10. Well, at least we do double damage. Sweden could back them up, though, and they've got a couple of heavies. It'd be funny to see what they do. So what are we dealing with here? When it comes to Swedes, 20,000, 3,000... Well, I know 15,000 of them are there, so as long as they don't march over, we shouldn't have too much to worry about. We could very swiftly just spread apart and besiege his land. Doesn't look like he is... let's not have our Pope die here. This is going to be rather atrocious. Make no bones about that. But what are you going to do? Let's just gun them down. We'll get our 3 siege on Stockholm. And otherwise we will just spread out. Well, that should keep you guys over in Arkansas, because I'm not entirely sure how we're going to need you just yet. Alright, so what's the story with the naval battle? Sweden don't want to join in, but the Hansa certainly do. Alright, they really back that up, and they're dealing the damage with a general as well. Should I back them up with my cogs? Probably isn't a good idea, but we're going to do it anyway. At least they can tank some of the damage. Because if I hold naval superiority, that's going to be a real deal breaker for them. Don't really think I can sink their heavies, but I can out-morale them. Alright, the cogs are doing their job. Our positioning is awful compared to theirs. We lost a few cogs, quite a few of our war galleys, but the Hanseatic fleet is scuttled. Huh. It was all for naught. I don't think anyone's going to be marching through those. Oh well. Losing boats for nothing. Why not? Let's replace them with a few more cog walls. Nice. Like I said, I don't think anyone is going to be crossing through that, so let's just go back and home to rest. And again, you are Protestant. I wonder if you guys fight at all. Also, would be a good opportunity. Nah, forget it. I don't think anyone's going to be marching through those, so no need to worry. That was a good naval fight. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that quite a lot. We'll support these guys ever so slightly, just so we don't end up fighting them. And I want those Swedes dead. There we go, they're friendly to us now. And quite a lot of our stacks have cannons in them, which is really helpful. Spread out and suckle that attrition. Rename the fleet to We Died for Nothing. Not quite yet. Okay, so... Huh. That's a shame! We got discovered right when we were walking through the rebels. So we have to fight this scum. Not what I was going for, to be honest with you. No, we're your friends, man. Your friends. let's keep that piety high. It's going to be useful. Oh, looting is nice, though. Yeah, so attrition is high, but not so high that we can't tank it, as long as we're not losing too many of our regulars. Keep mistaking the sound of shekels for... Oh, that's a lovely siege to take over as well. I hear the sound of the shekels looting, and I think that it's the turn of the month. What a mistake for me to make. We'll scuttle what's left of the Swedish Navy just to make absolutely sure that no one's going to be coming over. Orkney Rebs taken care of. Nothing left to convert. Nothing that we can. I see, so I can't start doing co because a religious centre is doing it now. Which means I really want to increase its autonomy. Save us getting any Norman nationalists there. Even though they don't appear in my list here. Overpowered. Tell that to my cannons, son. That said, a lot of regulars died that day. Where are you going to run to? Potentially over here. I wonder if my boats can beat you. Right, if you're not a regular, merge up, because I don't want you dying for nothing. Mercs, they can die for nothing. You over to Stockholm, and once this battle is done, hopefully we can get over to the Western Sea of Åland and prevent them from crossing over. Doesn't look promising. They're going to beat me there. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a real shame. We were just too slow. They would have blocked us anyway. Alright, that stack is something I'm going to have to concern myself with then. I wonder though. We have enough range to see around here. If you're damaged, I want you to go and repair. Doesn't seem like we have any navy to worry about. Otherwise, I want our eyes on the Swedish prize here. Excellent, the core is just coming through. Should be able to raise my stability roughly now. Incredible, I can finally do Battle Pope HQ, but we won't be doing it just yet, because that's a really, really low conversion chance. Even at our best, it would take us 333 months to do. Well, more than that even. And yeah, I'm not up for that. Jake, you can't siege those rebel provinces because you're supporting them. Ah, well spotted. What would I do without you? Oh, Toulouse, nice of you to join me. But you only brought transports. Good thing we'll be helping out there. Alright, well you know what? I don't need all these lands sieged up. And I'm still on the fence about taking Hamburg. Do I really want to? I'm already putting my fingers in so many pies. I think we'll just leave the Hansa to it. Oh wow. Ah, I see they switched out. But we can't afford to have them moving across. Even if I don't think Denmark are going to give them access, I don't want to risk it. Okay, you're still an issue. I've got a lot of regulars here that are going to be drinking attrition. It's a good thing we are a pope, so we don't take peasant wars. Alright, what's the best thing to do with these? Probably just leave them to that. We'll go over to Åland. We can tempt the Swedish out. Okay, even Yorkshire's done. And the Cosmopolitan Rebs are going away completely. We wasted 91 military power on them, but it could have gone the other way. They could have very luckily got those ticks, and then I would have a revolt in the Turks Islands whilst I'm trying to deal with Sweden here. Sweden, OP, please. Austria finally out of the war, so they're out of the coalition against us. Foix will have to get out of a war to stop being a coalition as well. Now, Galicia are having revolt problems, and because they are foolish, they're not doing anything about it. So let's tell them to make up their own mind. We can't really help them with that until we're finished with Sweden here, because time is of the essence. Will Jake release the mighty Gotland? I don't know what ideas Gotland take. I certainly don't have any plans to, but I would like to know what they do take. I would also like Antwerp. It's not in the HRE. Delicious. Right, there is this chance that the Swedes are heading north, so we'll have some units up there just to deal with them. This is really something. I hope we don't get discovered right now, or else all those guys are going to come fighting us. I took that Reclaim Ferrara mission, but obviously I didn't complete it, so we may as well cancel it. I have no intention of taking Ferrara right now. Excellent to see that he's coring these lands. Maybe not Liguria, but the others. Let's just hope he doesn't get a revolt. We're looking at Lombards. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're going to see some horrible... Well, it is split between Modena and Lombards, so hopefully it'll be quite a while before you do get a revolt. It would be nice to see you actually fight those Catalan patriots, though. Are you in debt or something? Well, they can do their damage. We'll come and deal with them after this war is over. There are still Swedes, though. Quite a lot of Swedes. And I will need to blanket all of Sweden here. Well, it'll work out. You're not fully repaired, but you're close enough because I want to get the Siege of Stockholm done. Got to siege up my new home. Gotland take maritime and economic. Wow. An easy sell. I'll take it. These guys are falling really easily. Feels like a trap. Gotland takes maritime, economic, defensive, offensive, diplo, aristocracy, spy, and religious. Okay, religious is too late for me there then, which is unfortunate. Normally I lay into people at siege with 2 large stacks, but I am not bothering with that right now. Like, these stacks are going to be taking undue attrition. Now, you're on the move to Finland. Is that because you're going to Österbotten, or is it because you're going to Halland? If you come here, I won't mind, because it means we can trap you.